Please welcome our old pal, Will Ferrell!
I know. Hump Day. Right?
Yeah, Thursday.
Hump Day.
Will Ferrell just put himself in a national underwear ad. Then he stood on his own red carpet and let his kids rate it live on camera. Their verdict? Super sexy. But that wasn't even the most savage thing they did to him that night. And the son who skipped the whole premiere, where he was might be the most important part of all. This is the night Will Ferrell's kids took over, and it lines up with his new show in a way that's almost too perfect. Here's what happened. On July 9th, Netflix premiered Will Ferrell's new series, The Hawk in Los Angeles. It's the first TV comedy he's ever led. And that detail matters more than it sounds, because the show is basically about him. He plays Lonnie Hawkins, a golfer who was the best in the world back in 2004. Now he's older, slower, and refusing to admit it's over. His body says stop. His ego says one more shot at greatness. And here's the twist that comes back hard. Lonnie's son is now a bigger star than his own dad. The kid is taking his father's crown. Now, Ferrell didn't just act in this. He's been living inside the character for weeks. He posed in his underwear for a Skims campaign narrated by Kim Kardashian herself. He rolled up the East Coast in a themed tour bus. He even showed up in character at real professional golf events. So, by premiere night, the line between Will Ferrell and this washed-up golfer was already gone, and his own kids were about to blur it even further. So the premiere starts, and Ferrell brings two of his three sons, Magnus, who's 22, and Matthias, who's 19. Now, you might picture two kids just standing there, riding their dad's fame. That's not what this was. Magnus is a musician. He writes his own stuff, and it's on Spotify right now. He even went to USC, the same school his dad graduated from. Matthias keeps a lower profile, but he's already building his own acting career, so right away, the night has a shape. This isn't a premiere, it's a proud father, showing his grown kids off to the world. And if the roasting sounds harsh, it isn't. The Ferrells are a family of pranksters. Will once crashed his own son's college frat party just to DJ it. He's shown up at hockey games dressed as a sad, defeated Buddy the Elf. In this family, roasting each other in public is basically the love language. And Ferrell wasn't the only parent doing it. Molly Shannon, who plays the ex-wife on the show, brought her daughter Stella fresh out of new, chasing acting, just like her mom. Even skateboarding legend Tony Hawk was there, with a cameo in the show. And on the carpet, he talked about the thing he's proudest of, raising kids who stayed grounded. Even growing up famous. So look closer. This wasn't a cast reunion. It was a room full of famous parents, watching their kids step into their own spotlight. The kids weren't guests at this thing. They were the story. But the real moment came when the cameras turned back to Ferrell's sons and asked about that underwear ad. Remember, he posed in nothing but briefs, a golf visor, and a gold chain, fully in character. The tagline? His body says retire, his Skims say one more round.
I don't know if she knows this, but I'm more of a... What was that?
Professor Feathers is helping you?
This was the son's shot at revenge, and they took it. Magnus looked right at the camera and called the ad super sexy. Matthias added 0 notes and said his dad's got a great body, their own father, in his underwear. Getting called sexiest man alive by his kids on camera, but the underwear roast was just the warm-up. Because a second later, a reporter asked a different question. And the answer cut a lot deeper. It wasn't about a photo shoot. It was about something Ferrell used to be really, really good at. And his kids were about to take that from him, too. The reporter asked the sons, When did you first beat your dad at anything? Magnus didn't hesitate. Basketball, he said. We started bodying him. Matthias jumped in, claimed he was beating his dad one-on-one by the time he was 8 years old. And here's why that one actually stings. Will Ferrell wasn't just some dad. He grew up an athlete, sports-obsessed his whole life, reportedly the captain of his high school basketball team. So getting trash-talked on the court by his own kids? That's personal. Now, watch how this connects. In the show, Lonnie's son keeps getting compared to his father. At one point, the kid snaps, "Stop saying LeBron and Bronny, this isn't a LeBron and Bronny situation." A son stepping out of his father's shadow in sports. Sound familiar? Because at that exact same premiere, Ferrell's real sons were doing the exact same thing on a basketball court. And then came the detail that ties the whole night together. The missing son. Ferrell's youngest, Axel, wasn't there. Why? Because Axel was in Virginia, playing basketball. In his dad's own words out there dunking on people. Sit with that for a second. One son skipped a Hollywood movie premiere to go be an athlete. The exact thing his dad used to be. The show is fiction. The red carpet was real. And somehow they told the identical story. A fading star, and the kids rising up to take his place. So how did Will Ferrell handle getting dismantled by his own kids? Like a legend. On the underwear roast, he didn't fight it for a second. He just said, well, they're right. 3 words. On the basketball talk, he pushed back barely. He called the story a lie. His version? Once the boys hit high school, they were all sharp elbows, shoving him off the court. So he didn't lose, he says. He quit. They never really beat me. I quit. It's funny. But underneath it, something real slips through. He called the whole night kind of unbelievable. He said he's proud of all 3 of his sons. And when he mentioned Axel, the one who couldn't be there, you could hear both the pride and the missing him at the same time. And here's the quiet truth of it. Ferrell isn't the box office giant he was in the 2000s. This show is his reinvention. He's playing a fading star, trying to prove he's still got it, while his real kids are rising all around him. He didn't just star in that story, he's living it. And he's not bitter about it, he's proud. That's the whole point. And one last thing. The show drops July 16th. That's Will Ferrell's birthday. He's premiering a story about getting older on the exact day he turns 59. And that's the twist nobody clicked for. You came for a roast. You found a family that actually loves each other. If you want to see how another Hollywood family is raising the next generation, I broke one down right here. And if you like it, when the real story beats the rumor, subscribe. I dig into a new one every week. I'll see you in the next one.